A mother is awakened by her 2-year-old daughter saying that her 10-month-old brother is asleep in the pool. The mother finally realizes what's going on, runs outside to grab her 10-month-old, who is breathless, out of the pool. She then has to run back in the house, grab her cell phone, run to the side of the street to be able to get reception to call 911. From there, she calls her aunt and uncle, who arrives before the ambulance, and they start to administer CPR. Unfortunately, it's too late. Her 10-month-old cannot be revived. This is the headline of a local paper and in the Daily Post Athenian in Athens, Tennessee, August 19, 2009. The American Heart Association, a leading source in CPR training, states, every minute that passes without receiving CPR, your survival rate decreases by 7 to 10%. Without receiving CPR, 4 to 6 minutes, your brain begins to die. For a child, an infant, they only have 4 to 6 minutes to live. Parenting Journal says that less than 4% of parents know CPR. I have personally taken first aid here at COD, and I plan to take more courses offered by Desert Regional Medical Center and Healthy Beginnings to give myself a boost of confidence to be able to perform CPR. Majority of parents would rather not think of such situations, but sometimes they are inevitable. As I inform you of how knowing what to do in an emergency situation can help prevent mortality in an infant, I will 1, target most common fatal incidents, then we'll show you how and when to use the baby behind the leg, and when and how to perform CPR on an infant. Let's move right along so we can be aware of fatal incidents that can possibly be your own child, a brother, sister, cousin, a stranger's child. Studies by the Children's Hospital of Boston show that these are the leading causes of infant deaths. We have airway obstruction, layman's term is choking. We have, and with that, over 650 children die each year. They can choke from food, toys, any object that can obstruct the airways. You can choke from bottle feeding, breastfeeding, it doesn't matter. Also, we have drowning. According to a July 2009 article in Parent Magazine, drowning is the second leading cause of children's death. The Center of Disease Control prevention study of 2005, 3 children under the age of 4 died daily. And these can take places, drownings can take places not just in swimming pools or in bathtubs, anywhere where there's 1 inch of water, a child can drown. There's also suffocation and strangulation. It's just as deadly. ABC News reported January 26, 2009 of a mom. She knew not to lay her baby on the stomach, lay it on the back. Pillows and blankets can cause suffocation in the crib. One thing she was unaware of was putting the baby to sleep with her next to the bed. One night, the baby was fussy. She laid the baby next to her. She woke up, her baby was not breathing. Now that we are aware of the leading life-threatening emergencies, choking, drowning, suffocation, strangulation, let's move on to what can be done. Of course, there's no substitution for keeping a close eye on your child, but unfortunately, things do happen. According to the FDA, parents who know basic choking rescue may be able to save their child's life. A personal interview with a 34-year-old mom of 4, she admits 3 out of the 4 of her children have had choking incidents. The first one, she froze, someone else had to step in and help her. Fortunately, with the other 2, she was actually able to step in and do what needed to be done. And this she had learned from a course she had taken back in high school, and she was able to save her children's lives. Anytime your child is choking, the first thing you need to do is the baby behind the leg. First, you want to assess the situation. Is your child making noise? Can you hear them choking? If they're coughing, you want to let them keep coughing. Let them get what they have down, obstructing their airway up. If for some reason they can't, or you notice they're having a lot of trouble, first thing you want to do is hold your child towards down, comfort their face, and you want to give 5 back throws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. flip your child over using 2 to 3 fingers, right in between the nipples, between the breastbone. It's 5 pushes. These are called chest thrusts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. With that, you continue the cycle until your child is able to bring up whatever's blocking their airway. If for some reason your child does go unconscious, or maybe they're drowning, from the drowning, what you want to do is CPR. First thing with CPR is you want to make sure, is your child breathing? Actually, 911. If you are alone, forget 911 at the moment, even with the Heimlich and with the CPR. You want to do 5 cycles before. First, to check to see if your child is breathing, you lift the head, you do a head tilt. You give 2 breaths covering the nose and the mouth. From there, if you don't have any movement, you try tilting the head again. If you can't get any air through, there's still something stuck in the child's throat, you need to go back to the Heimlich. If you are able to get the 2 breaths through, from there you do 30 compressions using the 2 to 3 fingers in the same spot in between the breastbone, which is 1, 2, 3, up to 30 times. After you do your 5 repetitions, then you can go and call 911. These are the steps that can potentially be a lifesaver. It's important to remain calm. Knowing how to assess a situation and knowing how to administer CPR or the Heimlich is crucial. Now knowing what to do in an emergency situation, you now have the knowledge to help prevent a mortality of an infant.